Let's get it. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Use all the subscribe. Click that subscribe button. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. What's poppin'? How you doing?
What's up?
Let's get it. We're gonna jump right into it. So, why do you feel like females leave relationships first?
Um, Disconnect. Most of it's not about cheating or someone else or finances. It's disconnect. Once a woman feel like a man has stopped loving her, she's loving him. Once another man start making her smile, it's over.
So, okay. Would you say a lot of women just can't be satisfied? They insatiable?
No, because plenty of women, when we love, it's not really sexual. You love from your heartstrings first. Love is an emotion, so you love that first, and then comes sex. And then, no matter what, if you love him, you love everything about y'all reconnecting together, one soul. And then, so you could be satisfied because you can go to sex stores, you can use toys. There's a lot of things that you can bring that person you love to where you need him to be, or where she need, if she's willing to strip clubs, porn, whatever you need to do, you're gonna do what you gotta do, and that'll keep y'all connected.
Right, okay. So, what's the difference between love and lust?
Love is a lot of people, but love is not easily given. So love is earned. Lust is what you feel from someone when you see it. It's, for the fine bodies. We lust every day, and lust is a sin anyway. But lust is something that everybody does. When women see men, when a group of girls together, we like, oh, he fine. That's lust. And men lust after women on Instagram, Facebook. You lust at people in church. If she in the front of you, like, yeah, that's lust. That's
Are
not
you
love.
guilty of that too?
I am. Everybody is.
Right.
We be
Okay.
guilty of watching it on P Valley. Everybody was lusting over that man.
What man? What
You,
man?
you pick the one.
I don't know. I don't watch that shit.
Murder. Everybody. We were shocked to death when he popped it out, the way he popped it out. But it
So
was
I'm glad you mentioned it though too, because would you date a man who played gay role in the movie, but he's not gay in real life? He's just acting in the movie.
um personally me, it's acting. That would have been hard for me because that acting was so close up and so
But
impersonal.
that's why it's acting though. It's supposed to be like that.
But and I also watched his videos, and he's very manable and things like that. I respect his was fiance, but now wife. I respect her, and I probably would have been sitting there too.
Don't read the comment. Don't read the comment. But okay, right. And how you feel about this? I remember one artist. His name was it was an actor named Lakeith Stanfield. That's his name. Now, how would you feel if your man would say, I would want to play this gay role because I feel like this right here. I just want to know what it feel like to be gay. Would you look at him differently if he said that?
Um. Okay. Probably not, because it's a role. If he playing a role, now if he said that I'm questionable and I may like men, I'm out, because as women, we play that role, and men are turned on 3 times to see two women kiss. They ain't even got to get down. Men are there. They want 3 ways all the time. But if a woman asks a man, well, let me bring a man in, and it's so disrespected. So, whatever. But men want to bring women in, and then when that other woman still his woman, his feelings hurt. But he brought it in there.
Right. So how do you feel about that? That women are not being shamed for being gay and men are.
That's something that's deep down. The way the world has changed now, they're starting at kids, and own up, you know, like transgender, they're making that be a phenomenal and a mental illness, which is not. I do believe in, as a nurse, I do believe in them, it be in the brain. Everybody start off at one age. But if it's in you, it's in you. Can't nothing you do about it. I have a problem with hiding it. I wouldn't want a man to marry me and then be secretly hiding that he loved and lust for a man, because there's nothing that I could ever do, be a man. I could give him every hole I got. I'm not a man. And I don't have that one thing he got, and I never would feel right strapping on my man, you know.
Why do you feel like a lot of women shame men for being gay?
Just the way they were taught. There's nothing wrong with it. If I have those kind of children, I'm gonna love those children in a way. I have best friends, you know, who are them. It was my sibling, my nephews, my nieces. I got them because God created you what you are. Now, when women change over sometimes because of brokenness, and because sometimes now other women are being more men than the men that we have.
But no, I'm saying in arguments though, women call men gay, or they call them the F word. I can't say it because it's on YouTube, and they bash men for being gay, or they emasculate them doing that. Well, why you feel like they do that though? Because nobody's shamed the LGBT community more than black women, I feel.
Exactly. I think it's a you know, kind of growing up, because if you, I don't know your age or whatever, but showing my age, but going back in the gap, they used to shame women, and they would call them certain words like B, L's, all that. They don't like to be called into that. And you couldn't go around them. They'll be like, you better not go on that street. You go on that street, that lady gonna get you. She gonna make you, you know, those things. That's not happening. And then they would tell, you know, if your son would fall, you would pick him up and be like, you better not cry, dust it off, man up. Worst words ever. So that's why some men hold in their true feelings, and then that's how that goes. So if they feel that way, they're gonna hide it, because their mama or their daddy might walk out there, you know, call them the F word and the P word and all those things. So it's just how you was growing up, and it just was our culture misunderstood.
Why do you think it's okay for black women mostly? Because mostly I see in the black community, you got pretty black women having sex with criminals in the community. They having sex with drug dealers and killers and murderers, and they brag about it. Why you think that's so prevalent in the black community?
I'm gonna say in our community, when you're growing up sometime and your mom didn't have it, because you know we were taken away from as much as marriage was, because we kind of started to jump in the broom. And so then now it's like, if you're 14, 15 and a guy who has money, a nice car comes up to you, you don't have that, that's how he gets you. And then you wait for him in jail, and he is in and out of jail. It's because what he have and what you lack. And then the kind of thing, how loyal some women are, we wait for them. Now some women catch them in prison, because some men, they just bait you because you're weak. One little self-esteem issue, and you hold locked on, wait for this nigga for 10 years. Excuse me. Waiting for them for 10 years and knowing they're going to come out and not do anything. Just kind of like the movie Love and Lockup, the show. It tells it. Some people just fall in the wrong gap of loving the wrong man. I'm myself through time behind bars. Wouldn't have been nothing that he ever did that would have stopped me, until I grew up and had kids myself. And I'm like, this is my life. I got to go. And I couldn't, because I don't have 15 to
Right. So how you feel about why are black women were having sex with murderers and bragging about it though?
There's some people, they think that that's a card. They're like, you know, my man will do what he, you know, all this stuff, when at the end of the day, your man took somebody's son or daughter.
And those are the same women who screaming Wakanda and Black Lives Matter, and they having sex with murderers, they're killing black men. And people ask me all the time what I do for the black community. I say I ain't having bastard kids, and I ain't killing no other black person. That's what I'm doing for the community.
That's facts. I preach this to my kids, because I do have younger ones and an oldest one, that I would never want someone else to call me and tell me my son is on the ground. That is my fear. I pray and cover them, because that's my fear. And most of all, we doing it ourselves. It's other people killing us, but we kill ourselves. And sometimes it's over women, but right now it's men that's doing it to women, and we dying every day because we say get out. It's over. That's scary too. That's the same phenomenon as what we're going through, with DV. But men kill men. Don't know why women would think that it's sexy, or why we killing each other when we shouldn't be. We should all be together trying to stop this for our children when we have black young men, young kings.
Right. But why you think so many men dying over women, though, you think?
Yeah, I think that's horrible. Horrible. Because there's so many others that you could move on, because at the end of the day, if a woman is sneaking around doing something else with someone else and you catch her, you're not mad with her and you kill her. What did that solve?
They don't solve nothing.
But then you still loving on her.
It make you look like a damn sucker. That's what it is. You know, put sucker stamp on your forehead if you do that. Believe it or not, though, majority of men in prison right now are behind a woman.
Facts.
So that's what most of the shooting is about, though, over some women.
Yeah.
So would you say women are the cause of this too?
I won't say they're the cause, because I am a DV, child. I'm a survivor. It was horrible, and it was something over she did not do, but it was another man, our father, who had to be in our life, but he did not want that, and he wanted him away, so he took her away from.
We ain't gonna get into all that though,
but that's how some men feel.
But a lot of men who do get in those charges, I'm pretty sure the woman was hitting on them though.
That could be the fact. That could be the.
Cause a lot of women use that as a victim card, for sympathy or whatever. Pull that card right there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I like to say, well, what you did to him first before he started doing that to you. I asked that question. Right. So why don't you feel like a lot of older women are telling the young women about this though?
For the same reason that, some older black men, it's a different generation. So they have their own thoughts. They raise different. We do not have the grandmothers and things like that.
Big mamas died. Well, how long was all the big mamas dead? The big mamas died in the 90s, in the early 2000s.
G's now. It's GGs and gangs, and they in the club, and they turned, because they 35, they 38, they 40. Our GGs was 70, 75. It's a different time. It's a different age. And right now, people don't want to be a gram. You could stay, but you're like, I'm not babysitting. Back then, 15, 16 was not a thing. If you got a baby, GG helped. Most of the time, GG raised. That GG is right now working 3 jobs to take care of her other ones. So she's like, you're going to have this one on your own. So that changed, that dynamic changed. And then the raising of women and the dignity, young ladiness as being debutantes and all that has kind of went away with GGs.
Wait a minute. Wait. Would you say a lot of women are in competition with the younger generation of women? Because they after the same man?
I won't say that the young women are in, the older women are in.
Older women.
But the young women, the older women are just living life. And sometimes some people, some of us are aging backwards. And then because different things are different, the thugging, drugging, and things like that was not out for us. And some of those things are out now when they have taken over, and some women do things.
Wait. It was out. It just wouldn't have social media to put it on, the platform to put it on.
I tell, some people that I do mentor that social media has taken everybody's privacy away. Everybody has a camera when we should be doing other stuff. So things that we did, it was not caught on camera. It was not caught on live. They didn't.
Well, wait a minute. People put that on camera. They choose to put that on camera. They made a conscious decision to record this and share that with the whole world. What's the craziest thing a man has ever pillow talked to you about?
The craziest Um, craziest or scariest?
Either or.
Crazy,
Both, either or.
craziest was telling me that he had his two baby mamas living side by side, and they would even get in a bed with each other if he told them to, and one would call the other when they couldn't find him, and they would get in a car together to go look for him, like sister wives. And that was the craziest stuff I ever heard, because I'm
Sound
like,
like he had a harem.
until he met me,
Wow.
that's not going to happen. So that was the craziest thing. The scariest thing was for someone to tell me, not that they were guilty or not, because they had got up. The scariest thing was ever that to find out that someone I loved had a kid for, and we had a life together, had took someone's life, whether it be self-defense or not. That was the scariest, but I'm not judgmental. So I wasn't judging, I just didn't understand. And then I was getting called names and ended up working with this person, and it was her son. Scariest thing ever. I didn't know what to do. And when she told me I was having a demon seed, I was shocked.
Right. Okay. How you feel about young ladies dressing sluttish everywhere they go, and like the grandmas going to the club with their daughters and granddaughters? Like, how do you feel about that with young girls? How you feel about that?
Um, Depends on the word sluttish. Sluttish is sexy, and being sexy. Sexy is a feeling. It has no age limit or anything. But respecting your children and respecting yourself, maybe have, but if you have a body, people's gonna see whether you got a two-piece suit on, a nursing uniform, whatever. You work for that. You keep it. Does not have to age you. But the see-through where everything is left out, I still feel that some men peel back some layers, and if all the layers out there, then what do they have to win? What are they winning when everybody has saw it?
That's what I'm saying. That's why with a lot of women being promiscuous and they saying I'm just having fun because I ain't got no husband. I'm like, well, what's the point of somebody marrying you? You got all these
I
bodies.
mean, nobody may not marry you. Not saying they would or not, because but the old back saying is you can't turn up to a housewife. Not necessarily true, because women change on their own. But
Bullshit. But I look at it like, if everybody else done had it, what am I getting married to you for? What is this prize that's so sacred that everybody else had? I don't get it though. That's why I probably won't get married, because everybody else had you. What makes me so special? Because I look at it like this: if you left all those other guys and they left you, why in the hell should I stay with you? And what makes you think you ain't gonna leave me?
that's facts. And then you can look at it, and some women look at it as if, how do I know who he been with? And if I'm with him and we out to dinner and everybody is speaking to him and everybody has says they've been with him, I don't want him either. Because everybody had the bike I'm trying to ride. It ain't even a bike no more, it's a Ferris wheel, and I don't want to get on. I want to
Mm-hmm.
get, but women are different, because what we have is supposed to be sacred, and you don't want everybody to get in it, because then why would I buy it?
I
What's
look
much?
at it for men too.
But
You got how you feel about people bragging about the sexual partners they have? The people bragging about that. How do you feel about that? People. I'm gonna say people.
that's privacy. That offends me. I don't want to hear about it. I don't even want to know that you have had that many partners, because it's nasty. Yeah, people do it, but I do not. Sex without disconnect, I do not understand it. Like people who one night stands say, I'm just out because I just want to have fun. I'm going home with whoever, and we're gonna bust it down. I believe in soul ties. I believe in anybody that goes into your vessel, you are tied to him. And then you bring that same tie to somebody else. So if you had a one night with him, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's 3 different bodies, condom or not, that's still a soul tie. You still bust, whether it went in you or not. It still was the emotion. You had to get nude. Y'all had to get down. You either put your mouth on him, he put all that stuff. That stuff right there comes with emotion. And so if a man say, if it was that easy for me, that easy for everybody, it may not be the case, because she may be broken. She may be hurt from some things that she went through and she got to fix, but hopping in bed ain't gonna fix it. Neither man is not gonna help men either, but it's not gonna help women either. But women, we cannot men with sexual partners no matter what. How we try to hit them, we never. We created different. We love hard, but supposed to be with a woman. A woman is start here sexually. You start sleeping with her right here. When you
But wait, not. But listen, though, nowadays women don't even care about that. As long as you look good and a big Johnson, that's all that matters.
not all that matters.
But for most women, they do. But I got a statistic for you though. Hold on. It said about 35% of men ages from 19 to 29 aren't having sex. The number of virgins has tripled since 2008. So, looks like to me, the women who complain about the men are dogs and ain't no good men, they're talking about the only few selective men who are having access to sex. Would you agree? Like, how you feel about that? Because a lot of women complain about all the men are dogs and everybody bash men for being these sexual monsters out here. But I just read the statistic to you. How you feel about that?
I agree with it. Just some people are wired different. Like some people earlier, a lot older. We loved our V. And our grandmothers and mothers taught us that once it's gone, it's gone. That's something you only give to somebody special. And you could be with somebody for years and not have sex with them because that's not the person that you wanted to give your gift to. That's gone now. Whether it be a TikTok, social media, all those things. And some men still have those values because some things come from two-parent households, one-parent household. Not mean that a woman can't raise a queen or a kid.
What I should have said was, how you feel about the men having less sex than women? Because only 35% of men having sex. How you feel about that right there?
I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I thought that because I would thought that men doing it first because who the women sleeping with if they're not sleeping with men? But some women, some young people, I'm gonna say this, are sleeping with older men. So maybe younger men.
Hold on. Okay, my mom called me. Hold on. My man answer the phone. Anyways, what I was about to say was, okay, you said I was reading that though too. I believe black because they're dealing with older men, because of that. And I also think because a lot of men ain't got their own household though.
Yeah.
And times is so bad. They said, I just read a stat the other day, most people are living with their parents because they can't afford to move out of them because the housing market is crashed. It's expensive to get your own home or an apartment. And most people are not financially stable in their youth, like some people. So they're forced to stay at home. So I think so. But this is my thing. I feel like a lot of men ain't having sex because women have access to sex so easy because they can choose whoever they want to have sex with. And it's just harder for men.
I agree.
Because,
I agree.
Because women have more options, sexual options, I should say. Because so many guys DM them on a regular basis. Even ugly women getting attention now. Because there's so much dating apps. All these dating apps are stuff for ugly fat women to get. Social media are for like women to monetize their beauty or whatever. For social media, I feel like women feel like now they can monetize their beauty, and you got guys trying to fly them out. They get access from rappers or celebs or whatever the case may be from people. That's why I think the women have it more sex because there ain't that many men having sex. So when you hear women complain about, I'm good, mom. I'm straight. I'm doing this podcast right now. I'm gonna call you right back. All right, all right. Yeah, my mom calling us. I think because I think because of that right there. I just think because women just got more options sexually because they're a woman. That's just what it is. I think.
In some parts, yes, dating apps agree, and the catfish and all that stuff, because you can put a picture of whoever you want to, and the fluid out and all that things that are created, via rappers, via songs, via things, and everybody want to be that, until you get the person that you flew out and they 500 pounds when they get it, and that's what you get. But those parts about, because women, or young girls or young people, when a man live in his mom's house, some people doesn't want to, they're not coming to your mama's house. They like, oh, that's a little boy and stuff like that. And a girl, be it when a mama's at work, 9 times out of 10, she babysitting her little siblings. They go to sleep. in comes the back door, in comes the window, in comes that room. But then some women have been abused and things by the person that is in their house who their mom trusts. And that's on something else, but it's still
But
sex. And then it's
I'm glad you mentioned it because I've been thinking about this too for a while. Why in the black community, people going to cookouts and then the sexual predators at the cookout and nobody says nothing about it? And they want
black,
everybody to speak to them. And we got to protect these black boys too. I know we got to protect the women, but ain't nobody protecting these men. So many boys have been sexually assaulted. So many black boys have been touched by their aunties or uncles too. Ain't nobody talking about that. We got to do that.
I agree.
In the black community, there's an uncle at the cookout that'll touch somebody or an auntie that'll touch somebody and sexually assaulted this person right here and molested that person. Ain't nobody doing that in the black community.
Because sometimes in our family, in our history, we want to protect. We want to shut the rumor down, embed it, and say, okay, this happened, but I don't want my brother to go to jail. I don't want my husband to go to jail. I'm sorry.
We need to go to jail.
You know,
we need prison.
We do.
That's what's so wrong with the black community. There's no snitching shit. That's why the community's so fucked up. That's why these girls are being promiscuous. The young black men are angry. They don't have no purpose, no identity because they was touched. They was molested. It was our word. That's what happened. That's what's going on. That's why these girls are promiscuous. These guys are being promiscuous because they're trying to find their identity right now. And they're just promiscuous, and they think this is the source of this issues, and their daddy issues are so bad, and the mommy issues. See, it all goes back to the parents because the parents ain't never want these kids in the first place, and that's so bad right now. People are just having these lust and fucking and having these kids, and now they having kids, and the mom and daddy don't got nothing to do with them because the daddy ain't in their life. The mama just keep it. People, I believe people having these babies, me personally, is so women can get a check. Because the daddies ain't wanting to do it. That's why the absent homes is so high. Would you agree?
To some of the things, but I disagree on some. As of right now, the whole wide world, is no abortion, so it's no fixing anymore. That now you gotta have that baby right there. So on that one, the second thing is, some people like hush, don't talk. We won't go on that street no more. We won't do that. We will move. Some women did not believe. Me, I believe a predator is a predator, be it boy or girl. I'm gonna come for mine. I don't care. You put your hands on mine, you're going to jail. But I am from the time that, and I do know times where babies were born, by stepfathers, and then the person took the baby and say, I'm gonna raise it, and this person had to live in the house, seeing her kid calling her sister till at the cookout. Then it becomes, that's my child, not my sister. She angry, she mad, all of the above. That I agree with. Men get touched, then they can't talk because they feel, how am I gonna tell someone that when this person touched me, it did feel good, and I did whatever because I didn't want to, but because I think I did something wrong, because it ended up feeling good, and then that person start feeling like it's wrong, and they don't tell for 10 years, and then no one believes them. That's just a bad thing. And then sometimes the ones where then they turn to drugs, they turn to detox, they turn to need counseling forever because they so miswired that they think, now I'm gonna use what I got for everything. Because it was something that this man came in every night and told me, be quiet and not tell my mom, and I got things that my siblings didn't get, because he was getting something from me. But he told me, be quiet. And then that mama, in turn, be so mad at their daughter instead of mad at that man.
It's so sickening in the black community. That's why that movie Precious was sickening. That movie Precious exposed what goes on in the black community. And so many motherfucking mothers and fathers out there who allowing that shit. I hope all y'all motherfuckers burn in hell. I can't stand that shit. Kids getting touched and molested. That's why the kids out here running wild. They ain't got no identity, no vision. Nobody loves these kids. Nobody loves these kids, and they think sex and getting some money and they doing all that gonna change, and they don't change. And it doesn't. It's so sad right now. These kids ain't got no people that love them. These kids don't got nobody that love them.
You do.
The mother just having kids just for the money, and the daddy just fucking out here making babies, making bastard kids. This is terrible.
Actually, It ain't no money in having a baby because 136 enough because that's all welfare is. And right now, it ain't nothing. You got 3, you still got 136.
They want to get the tax refund checks at the end of the year. Some of the mothers.
That's one day. That's 1 month out the year, but it's 11 others, and those children are absolutely have nothing. It's Christmas.
And then they get $5,000 in tax money and blow that shit going on shopping with clothes, and the kids look like shit.
Pulling it, giving it to that nigga to flip it, and he flip it right onto another woman's house.
He ain't flipping shit. How the hell he gonna flip something? He ain't had a job all year. Lord have mercy. The black community have to do better right now. Cause this is what I'm thinking. I feel like this right here. In the black community right now, all we care about is fucking, making babies, twerking, and acting a damn fool on social media.
That's not everybody.
Not all people, but don't you feel like that though? For the most part.
I see some, and some is reach one, touch one. I hear the emotion in you, and I love it. And it's reach one, touch one. I have that much reaction to certain things, and sometimes other people don't have, that much reaction to grabbing another female and bringing it to you. Grabbing another, if it's a family member, grabbing another family member, helping her, help her kids, grab her daughter so nobody touches her daughter. So she's not a statistic. No, I was never a statistic. I had a mother, wonderful. I grew up.
Right. So what about this though right here though? If the statistics are bad for having kids out of wedlock, why do you think people still have them?
Because sometimes when you bust it down and you're young, say like 14, but because your circumstances, this 27-year-old got a job, got a car, they sneaking around, whatever. He know he dead ass wrong. And then get this girl pregnant, he go. Here's this pregnant girl. Mama don't want her, don't touch her. She out there with a baby. What can she do? A nigga gone, don't even know his right name, don't even know his first name, know his street name. She got a baby. She 15 with a baby. They on the sidewalk. They in a group home, a shelter. She get raped again. Boom. There go another baby. And another baby. What's she gonna do?
But what about abortion though? Would you say abortion should be the way for some people? I think abortion is the way. Because ain't no way these goddamn kids should be in this impoverished, in this poverty environment, I think.
It ain't free. And it's gone now. They took our choice away. Dude, I'm not pro-choice. I'm feel like whatever you want to do with your body, you do.
I'm pro
because
family. That's what I am. I'm pro family.
But I'm pro rape. I don't want to rape kid. I want you to help me in the hospital with my rape kit to help me.
Wait,
but they don't even do it.
What? Do not say that R word, man. Do not say that.
Okay.
But they didn't take it away for the R word. They said if it has been, you have to provide that evidence for it. So, but yeah. Would you say for the most part, a lot of women and men are jealous of their kids?
If they want it or not want it.
Not wanted or not wanted, I guess. Well, not wanted, yeah.
Some people are. Jealousy is one of the #1 things in the world, and sometimes you can't feel jealous. Jealousy and envy goes together. Would I ever be jealous of my children? No, but I mean some women are, because maybe they may not be as attractive, but the man that they did in the dark, and this little girl is so beautiful. She's destined for the future, and her mama destroyed because she has a habit, and then she let her be put out there.
Yeah. It's so sad that these kids are exposed at a young age. These boys are seeing their mothers in and out the house with different men and fucking all kind of crazy, wild with different men, selling pussy, selling ass with different men. The boyfriends touching on them at night while she sleep. She don't believe him because she ain't got low self-esteem and daddy issues herself. Same with the girls. That's why these little girls out here having sex. They starting in the 4th or 5th grade right now. Yeah, I just had a coworker of mine tell me she said one of her sons said they had somebody in 4th or 5th grade having sex at school.
I see this every day in my job, every day, and they hurting. By the time they're 19, they have used everything to bear their pain, and then they finally they so mad and they're so angry because they chose that, because that's what they see. That's what they saw. You know, they saw her moaning and groaning in the next room because their mama needed the light bill paid. Because, you know, back.
And then it's so sad these boys go out there with this hustler mindset, by any means necessary. I got to get it how you live, and they end up crashing out, dying, because they see their mama get their bodies away. These girls see their mamas get their bodies away. So many women out here in prostitution, and they pimp their girls out. This is sick. The black community needs some help, bro. We need some healing. Rap music, money, and twerking is not going to help the situation.
We need some help because in one thing, all that goes back to, that's still a form of slavery. I don't know if I've used the S word, but that's still a form of that, because as long as we do that to ourselves now, we do that to
we got to understand that we have to let the hurt go from the parents and realize we have so many toxic parents and get those traits away.
That's facts.
Yeah, right.
I agree.
But we're going to move to a more positive note now. I think I got two more before I let you go. When is too soon for a man to call your phone number? When you get it.
So from out meeting, or how I met?
Like when you out meet them and you give them your number, how soon is too soon to call?
Someone and you really like them, and you think that this person could be what it's no time limit on it. Actually, it's being childish to think that I'm gonna hold on to this number. I ain't gonna call her right now. I'm gonna call her 7 days. I'm gonna make her wait it out. That's stupid. Because if you want what you want, when you get that number in your call her. I just want to say, hey, Miss Lady, did you get out the store? Did you make it home? How you doing? Not the text, WYD. When I'm going to see you again? You just met me. How about how I'm doing? Now, that's my point on the new line dating. I don't want you to get my number and then never talk to me and then say, hey, big head, and then say, what you doing? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. What you mean? How about at 7:30, you ask me, did I have dinner tonight? And DoorDash it to my house. How about ask me, can you send me some roses to my job just to make me smile? You know, what about those things? Chivalry is gone.
You know why chivalry is gone? Because women having multiple sex partners. Ain't no guy trying to be no damn sucker. Send you some flowers and goddamn dirty dick Ronnie piping you out in the goddamn your supervisor dirty dick Ronnie kicking you down in the damn room somewhere, and he's sending you flowers and sending you some cake, and he eating the cake and the flower and with the flower around. You be like, who sent you that? Oh, one of my friends, and he dicking you down. That's why. Because women got too many sex partners, and dating ain't the same. Because women ain't the same no more. Women want men to be traditional men, but women ain't being traditional women. It doesn't work that way. So until women go back to start having sex with one man or be absent and not have sex with nobody, they would not have access to that. Can't have it both ways, ladies.
I agree with that too. And then I agree with Dirty D Rodney.
Dirty Dick Rodney coming through, piping her out, giving her all kind of dick. I mean, he just giving her, he going balls deep in the pussy. Dirty Dick Rodney. And he ain't got to do nothing. He ain't got to buy her a meal. All he got to do is show up with ashy dick and a bottle of Hennessy. Wait. All Dirty Dick Rodney got to do is show up with a bottle of Hennessy, some ashy dick, in a bag of weed. He can get that pussy. But the guy who thinks she thinks she's a lame, or she gonna use him for emotional attention and dick him around and like, hey, you gotta take me on like 10 or 12 dates to these expensive restaurants and use him for emotional attention.
I'm not gonna say that don't happen.
You know? Oh, it do happen. I know.
I mean,
not me, because I know the game.
You know, it don't. Just like every man is not a bad man, every woman is not a bad woman, and some women are still real women. Take care of their own kids, take care of themselves. But has the world changed? Yes. Do they have hot boys out there and trades and Dirty Dick Rodney do exist? But sometimes Dirty Dick Rodney walk into a brick wall like a woman. She run Dirty Dick Rodney back where he came from to the Dirty Dick section, and then they got Amazing Alley. But
she has a baby by Dirty Dick Rodney, and she want a man like me with no kids to raise her kids. That's why I say I ain't raising another man's kids, and I'm not being a stepfather. Fuck that shit.
I understand that. On that one, I'ma answer. I had a stepfather. I was 3.
Okay.
Amazing.
Wait. Your era of men was different though. That era was different.
But then now, and I'm gonna just say this like this: now, due to all these things, guess what? Some now are not Rodneys. They name Raquel now.
But the thing is now what it is.
And that woman,
Those black men used to be the most stepfathers. Now that has failed because times are different. The women has changed. Dating has changed totally. So a lot of black women are not going to have step. A lot of these bastard kids is going to grow up without fathers in the home because of the mistakes these women made to have this man's baby when you didn't have to. But yeah, this is the last one. What is somebody being in love over you and obsessed over you?
in love with you. You know that person in love with you because y'all are in love with each other. Because somebody loving you by yourself doesn't feel good. And if you're loving someone and they're not loving you right back, that's your reason to leave. But then obsession is when you say it's over, they keep on coming back. They're sitting outside your house. They're sitting outside your job. Some people think that's love. That's not. That's crazy. That's obsessed.
You know what's crazy? Well, let me say this too. I mean, because I remember I heard this lady say on this part. Her name, she was a rapper, or whatever, named Canada, and she broke up with this guy, and she said something along those lines. She said she broke up with him, and then she went in her garage and found the dude in the backseat of her car, talking about where you been, and she was saying that's how I want a man to want me. I was like, that's not want, that's obsession. He can't let go. A real man gonna let you go. He gonna be like, if you don't want me, that's cool. A real man know how to walk away.
I don't want you in my car.
She talking, and then so many young girls think that's what love is. That somebody got them deciding to fight to be obsessed over you and to be infatuated with you. That ain't love. That's obsession.
That's not. Because if you were loving the correct way and both of y'all was loving each other and things was going on, nothing is perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't no relationship, no marriage. If it is, they lying. But if you willing to work it out the same way, you're working out the same way. I don't want you in my back seat. I don't want you in my garage. You're a burglar then. And then I'm not being outside your house. I'm not knocking outside your mama door. I'm not saying, tell your son, come outside. I'm not doing none of that. If we could work it out, we could work it out. Through counseling would help. If not, and you go your way, I go my way. If it's meant to be and we come back together, I don't want you outside. Now, if you sending me something and you trying to talk it out, but you know that you did something that's so bad that I'm hurt, love me enough to let me go heal. So I'm good enough for somebody else, and I don't mistreat that other person because all the things you did me. But I don't want you in my backseat. You done broke in my car. You done broke in my garage, sir, and I want you to move.
Yeah, and she was saying that she wanna. I just said this is sad right here. This is a woman with daddy issues, mommy issues. She didn't feel loved, wanted, accepted. She dealt with a lot of rejection, and that's what a lot of things going on. Some of the parent issues is why a lot of these people are turned out the way they is, though. Well, I appreciate you coming on tonight, though.
No problem.
Thank you. We out here.
All right.
Y'all subscribe to the channel. Link in the bio. Y'all subscribe. We out here.